UFC Vegas 73. This is the weigh-in recap show, full card predictions, and the betting breakdown. We're going to talk about each of the matchups after seeing the fighters on the scales. Make sure you guys smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Turn the post notifications on and make sure to share the video as well. And also note, full card fight companion live 4 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. Come enjoy the fights with your boy. And let's get into the first fight of the night. We got Takashi Sato versus Themba Gorimbo here. I like the side of Themba Gorimbo to win it on the scorecards probably. I see him taking this fight to the ground. I think he's going to have decent control on there. And then, looking at the scales, I feel as though it's not going to be substantial because we know it's a stylistic clash. I feel as Sato's the more dangerous striker, though Gorimbo's not bad on the feet. More of an athletic striker than Sato, who, even though he's taking a lot of L's, I got to respect the sniper that he has from the southpaw stance with that left. He's got some power. Gorimbo's the better grappler, though, and I think Sato's going to struggle there. Now, I will shrink myself down so we can get a better look, and I'll bring up the actual weigh-ins. Let's get it started right there. There's Gorimbo. He looks pretty ripped and ready to fight. There's Takashi Sato, looks pretty normal, and then the face-off. Similar statures, similar frames, nothing really to note from the weigh-ins that change any thoughts, man. Both guys on weight. I think you're going to see a fairly competitive fight that Gorimbo shows a grappling edge in, and I'll say he wins it on the scorecards. Now, it's minus 120-ish for Themba Gorimbo, and then Sato's the plus 100 underdog. I don't love the chance of props here, like a Gorimbo win by decision, plus 315. Like, it looks nice and all, but I actually don't think it's that likely of hitting. Or it's not that it's not that likely of hitting. It's like, I feel as though he could end up getting subbed. Or, excuse me, he could end up getting the sub. And then there's a chance Sato gets the KO. I think there's 3 ways this fight really could go down. Sato by KO. I'm curious what that line is. Plus 200. Okay, so the books see that as a real possibility. And then Gorimbo by submission, plus 215. That's interesting. And Gorimbo by KO, plus 800. So it seems like they think Sato KO looks like more possible. People must be playing that line at plus 200. Listen, I like Gorimbo to win the fight on the scorecards. Decision win. I'm not crazy about the betting side between these two aside from a money line attack, though. I have not played it. We'll see on fight day. As of right now, I think it's a competitive fight that Gorimbo wins. Next fight on the card, we got Victoria Leonardo and Natália Silva. The ladies going after it. Obviously, Natália Silva's everybody's pick. I feel like she's pretty confident pick for everyone, but there's no money line attack here because she's a nasty wide favorite. And what you see on the scales is probably not going to affect anything. There is Victoria Leonardo. I just feel like she's getting her ass kicked tomorrow. There's Natália Silva looking tremendous. There's a face-off. Listen, Victoria Leonardo is a gutsy veteran. She's got a lot of experience. She's tough. She's definitely got some skills on the feet. And I mean, she's not an awful grappler, but Natália Silva actually looks like she could be something in the UFC. A prospect to watch. And she's minus 900 as the favorite for a good reason. Looking towards the prop side, you're going to find the discussion is either going to be the knockout side or the submission side. Inside distance is where more confidence is at minus 160. I think she wins inside distance. I'm kind of feeling like it could be a club and sub, plus 215 for that sub line. It's more of an extension money line that you'd put on a parlay as, one of your long shots to give you a little extra juice. But it's definitely not something really worth playing. If you're just doing really like a 2-fighter play, it's going to give you a minimum. We'll talk about parlays at the end. But ultimately, Natália Silva is a very confident pick. And I think she's got way more upside potential than Victoria Leonardo. Should be one-sided. Next fight on the card, we got Chase Hooper versus Nick Fiore. I'm picking Chase Hooper to win, and I'll tell you guys, the scales in this fight were going to mean a lot to me. Very much dependent upon if I liked Chase Hooper's new frame, because he is moving up from 145 pounds. He's been my pick throughout the week. And let's talk about Chase Hooper at 155. All right, Chase Hooper. There's Nick Fiore. Good shape. Ready to go. And there's Chase Hooper, who looks more like a fucking man than any previous fights. He's bulked up a little bit. He's put on a bit of size. His head looks thicker. Now, he still looks like Chase Hooper from the side, but it's like he's matured a little bit. He's growing into his body. He's still a super young guy in the game at only 23. He's got UFC wins. Nick Fiore doesn't seem to have this dynamic stand-up game, and I've heard some people say they feel like he does have better striking than I'm at least giving him credit for. Well, he's going to have to prove it to me on fight day, because right now I'm not impressed by the stand-up. I know Chase Hooper's not a striker. Obviously not. He's a grappler, and Nick Fiore likes grappling too. He specializes there. He's got a lot of subs. I think Chase Hooper might be difficult to deal with in those grappling transitions, man. On the floor, I like the jiu-jitsu skills. I know Fiore's dangerous, but I think that Chase Hooper could beat him. And in the striking, I don't see a substantial power threat from Fiore. And even I could see Chase Hooper landing strikes. I mean, he's definitely got to be improving on the feet. Hooper is the dog, plus 110. I've called him throughout the week the cautionary dog, really. And it's a cautionary dog. Plus 110, Nick Fiore minus 130. If I'm going to play this fight, fuck the props. Fuck risking it on any crazy shit. Just give me money line. I'll read the props over, though. Hooper by sub plus 350. Hooper by decision plus 375. I think he wins a decision, but I'm not crazy about propping it. I don't really like the over-unders here. It's close. The over is plus money, and the under is minus 145. But I'd rather just, if I'm going to do it, it's a cautionary bet on Chase Hooper as an underdog. And listen, we shall find out on fight day. We got two young prospects on the come-up facing off. But ultimately, I think that it's going to be a good fight. And I'm excited to see what happens. Next fight on the card, Ilir Latifi and Rodrigo Nascimento. This is one that I talked about. The scales were going to play a factor for me because Ilir Latifi, he's 40, a little bit past his best years, and he's fighting Nascimento, who's just a naturally larger man. I've been picking Latifi, though, throughout the week, so I'm very excited to bring him up here. Because does Latifi have resemblance to a fat bastard? Because to me, he looks like the character Fat Bastard from Austin Powers, bro. He don't look great on the scale. He looks like he's got a chubby frame. He's got good wrestling, but like, I don't know. I know he's been fat for a few fights, but does he? Am I just thinking he looks worse than before? And then there's Nascimento. You can see the youth on him. And there's a crazy size difference. Oh my gosh. My confidence on Latifi is like low as fuck at this point. Nascimento is way bigger, way more upside potential in the sport. But Latifi's been in there with some savages. I just can't pick against Latifi, it seems like. Holy shit. Like, I'm wanting to tell you I'm flipping the pick, but I just don't have it in me. I'm sticking with my Latifi pick, even though he looks like complete shit. I think he might win a close decision. Now, he's plus money. He might be the worst underdog to play. Plus 160. It's a great line. I'm nervous about this one. It's just, I am not impressed by Nascimento on the other side. Latifi's been in there with top guys. He's got a very good wrestling base, and Nascimento's going to want to get to the top position. If they're striking, yeah, Nascimento's longer, but he's not very powerful with his hands, and he's not that quick either. And I mean, Latifi, as much as he's known more for the wrestling, he's got some hooks. He's got some power. He can dig into some punches. Hasn't been showing it at heavyweight, but maybe he shows it here. So if you're going to bet this fight, a low-confidence Latifi bet would probably be your way. Plus 160, but I like plenty of other bets on the card over this one. I've said, though, I think there's a chance it goes over, which is minus 105. That's a long shot parlay piece for sure if you're looking to jump on some value. So the pick in the fight, I'm going to stick with Latifi, though he looked terrible on the scales, and for most people, it'll probably get you nervous enough to stay off of him, but I might go crazy with it. It's not a bet that right now I'm really loving. There's better bets, but I like the value side at plus money. We'll see what happens with that one as I fucking almost break some glass, bro. About to get 2 glass breaks in a week here on the channel. Holy shit. Next fight on the card, Orion Cosce versus Gilbert Urbina. I like this one. I like the Urbina side. I'm picking him. He's been a dog throughout the week. And then Cosce comes in looking like a dead man on the scales. He's overweight. We'll bring up the scales. My pick's been Urbina, though, so you guys know. And we'll check the scales out, and let's look at this. There is Urbina, shredded. Great shape. Looks happy as fuck to be there. Are you fucking serious? This guy don't look like he should be fighting. Orion Cosce looks like he's dying. He looks like he should be in a hospital bed. And then there's the face-off. He's still, look at the eyes. Gilbert Urbina's winning this fight, guys. This is a good dog play. Great dog play. Not as much plus money as some of the others, but at the end of the day, likelihood of success, this is becoming a high confidence pick on the card. I got Urbina winning this fight, and I think he's a tremendous play, but you better get him soon at minus 105. I went down and played him. I want to say his name in a parlay because I got a nice little parlay that I concocted with his name in that we'll talk about at the end, and I'm looking forward to playing that one too. I think Urbina, very winnable, close money play for me. I think worth the attack. Worth the money line attack. I would say pretty good confidence level. So how much you want to bet on that, that's up to you if you are going to. At the end of the day, what do they say, bro? This is not betting advice. It's just opinion. I'm thinking Urbina does it, and I don't think he's a bad bet at all. Worth an attack. Now, looking at Urbina, close money. So straight money line, best option. But if you're like, I want a fucking prop. Inside distance is your safe zone. Plus 185. Because there's a chance that he TKOs a Cosce and then you're pissed off because you played sub. I like sub. Plus 300. I've been picking sub. Urbina by KO is plus 650. It's more value on the KO. Probably gets a sub. Probably club and sub. Plus 300. Good plus money. But inside distance, always your better option. Upwards of plus 185. That's a good one right there. That's a good one. This is a big W one. This is an exciting play for me. Gilbert Urbina, dog money. Get it while it's still dog money. Let's keep running up. Next fight on the card, we got Karolina Kowalkiewicz versus Vanessa Demopoulos. I've been picking Kowalkiewicz all week, and you know what? People have been telling me that they love Demop as a dog. I understand that. Then she misses weight. And then the worry's going to be kicking in for the dog players on Demop because she's fighting a fucking crafty veteran. Yes, Kowalkiewicz probably past her best days, but Vanessa Demopoulos hasn't been at the highest level of the game where Kowalkiewicz has, regardless of recent results. I mean, she's won 2 straight lower level comp. I think Kowalkiewicz ends up winning a hard-fought decision. That's what I've been picking all week long. Let's pull up the scales and check this shit out. We have Karolina Kowalkiewicz looking good. Demop looks pretty good, but that face don't look. That's a cut. She looks. The eyes is mainly what I'm looking for here. She doesn't look super sucked in. Could she have lost more weight? I don't know. Then there's the face off. I mean, she looks pretty lean. She looks in shape, but does look like the cut drained her out. I'm gonna go Kowalkiewicz to win this thing. She is the favorite, and, you know, the betting side is not super valuable. We're talking women's MMA, and I'm picking a favorite here. It is what it is. Kowalkiewicz minus 123. Yeah, not one of my favorite bets on the card. Kind of think it goes over, but at minus 275, I just feel like there's too much of a submission threat from Demop off the bottom. And if she ends up getting there, like Kowalkiewicz gets on top, she's been armbarred. That's, you know, a good move for Demop, though, you know, not at the highest of high levels. Kowalkiewicz going to probably go long, though. I think Kowalkiewicz wins by decision. So if I had to play something, it's minus 115. Damn. We got no good props on Kowalkiewicz. Everybody thinks she's winning the decision. Because look at the Demop props. Demop decision, plus 350. Demop sub, sitting at, I don't even know where it's at, plus 350. Holy shit. Demop KO, plus 900. The props are way better from Demop, and she's a close money dog. So ultimately, your best play if you're playing Kowalkiewicz is probably money lining it. I really do think she's going to end up getting the win. But I recognize the threat on the other side, and Kowalkiewicz is not at that plus money tag where I'm like, yo, go throw down on her. She's 37. I feel like it's more of a stay off bet here, but I feel like Kowalkiewicz is going to win. Like, I got a good hunch that she's pulling it off. And then we end up missing the opportunity if we don't play it. So Next fight on the card is the featured prelim. It's Maheshate versus Viacheslav Borshchev. And I got to say, I've been picking Borshchev. I'm confident in Borshchev. He's got me excited as fuck. Finally, we get him a matchup against someone who doesn't have top tier or, mid to top tier grappling abilities. This is Maheshate, striking game. 0 takedowns attempted. I've seen people say, oh, he's just going to take Slava down. Bro, he's got 0 takedowns attempted. We haven't seen Maheshate grind out wins like the way that Mark Jacasey did to Borshchev. Now, Mike Davis was a little more active with his ground position, and he had some really dominant moments in the fight. And one thing I liked from Slava in that dominant loss is the fact that the dude has heart. He's not going to quit. And I'm telling you, he's working his ass off in the grappling department in the training room. Maheshate doesn't have the chops. He's 23. This is the fight for Borshchev to get the knockout. I'm calling it. I'm going Borshchev to win via KO over Maheshate. Let's check out the scales, though. I'll be honest, I liked how Maheshate and Borshchev looked. There's Borshchev, there's Maheshate. You got great shape on both sides. I just think I'm going with the more experienced striker in a fight that should be primarily striking. 23-year-old, 31-year-old. I'm going Borshchev. I think Borshchev is going to end up knocking him out. More of a sniper on the feet, a little more power. Fun fight. Really fun fight. But yeah, my pick is going to be Viacheslav Borshchev to get that UFC W finally. Step down in comp. Even though Maheshate is good, it's a step down. Minus 165 for Viacheslav Borshchev. And then Maheshate is the plus 145 underdog. I like Borshchev to win. I do think this fight's going under. It's minus 160. Borshchev via KO sits at plus 140. I'm calling the knockout. I do think that's how it ends. Not my favorite prop, though. Borshchev is a good parlay piece at minus 165, and he's a pretty damn confident pick. I think he's got a matchup that he can really succeed in here. Main card coming at you. Make sure you guys smash the likes, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Michael Johnson, Diego Ferreira. I'm picking Michael Johnson, and he has been the dog lock of the week. He's got some nice plus money on him still. I really think he's going to be able to outstrike Ferreira and avoid the grappling. And he's going to knock him out on the stand-up. Now, we'll look at the scales, and we'll see how we're feeling about our guy Michael Johnson, because he's that dog money play. Michael Johnson, shredded, confident, ready to go. Diego Ferreira, I got to say, he looks pretty badass. This is a badass-looking Ferreira. I respect it. Then there's the face-off. It's a fucking dog fight. I think Michael Johnson wins it by knockout. I see Ferreira getting caught. He's been out for a while. He's looking past his prime in recent fights. I will say, though, he looks rejuvenated at weigh-ins. Definitely. This looks like a good shape and confident Diego Ferreira. But Michael Johnson really has the style to fuck him up. High takedown defense rate by Michael Johnson. Low takedown offense for Diego Ferreira. That's a factor in this fight because that's where Ferreira needs this fight to be, whereas Johnson can shine on the feet. He's going to shine on the feet. Michael Johnson by knockout. Official call. Let's look at the odds. Michael Johnson plus 130 as the dog. Give me that dog money. Ferreira's the minus 150 favorite. And then Johnson to win this thing via knockout is plus 250. You're not crazy for playing KO. Definitely not. But ultimately, I think money line is great because there's a chance Johnson outstrikes him and wins a hard-fought decision. So give me Michael Johnson, give me money line, underdog lock in a dog fight against the new-look Diego Ferreira. I think Johnson's getting the KO. Next fight on the card, fun as hell matchup. It's Andre Fialho, Joaquin Buckley. I think Buckley, Numansa, young Buck. I think he's going to get a KO in his UFC welterweight debut. I think he's going to sleep Fialho. I've been picking that all week. He's got power in his hands. Fialho, he can get chinned, man, and he's kind of there to be hit. Buckley's more explosive, and I think he's going to get a showcase performance against Fialho. He's going to snipe him out. Now, we'll bring up the scales and look at things here. There is a shredded as fucking jacked Andre Fialho. USADA. Call up USADA, man. I don't know, man. I don't remember Fialho looking like this, bro. Greek god Fialho? Interesting. Buckley in great shape as always. The way Fialho looks on the scale definitely gets me nervous. This looks like a new look Fialho, bro. Who the fuck is this Fialho? They gave him some fucking growth hormone. Holy shit. Now, I'm not saying he's actually on shit. How the fuck do I know? He's passing USADA for all I know. But what the fuck? Andre Fialho looks freakish. Does he always? I don't remember him looking like this. But Buckley's going to get him. Buckley's going to chin him. But I'm not going to lie to you, man. The frame is intimidating on the Fialho side. It kind of dropped my confidence on Buckley a smidge. Minus 210 for Buckley. Fialho plus 180. Fuck, bro. I think it's going ends inside distance, minus 260. Under 1.5, plus 140. I like under 2 at minus 200. Ultimately, bro, you can be super jacked, but it don't protect the chin. I still think Buckley can catch him and hurt him. Buckley by knockout, plus 105. Not really enough juice on it there. Buckley's not really a good money line bet. He's more of something you could throw in a parlay. I think he's going to win the fight. But yeah, there's not a ton of value on the betting side here. I actually think it's the opposite of value because I feel like Buckley realistically should be more like a minus 150 like Ferreira here. That would make a lot more sense. At minus 210, it's just a really unattractive line for me to want to throw down on Buckley. Definitely could be a parlay addition and something you're looking to catch the big plus in. But he's fighting new look Fialho, who looks like fucking Avenger shit, bro. Avenger shit Fialho. Fucking went to the Captain America tank or some shit. Next fight on the card, we got Emily Ducote versus Lupita Godinez. I've been picking Lupi all week because I think she's going to push the pace. She has a wrestling edge, and she's the better athlete. But I like Ducote's Muay Thai and patience, so I definitely got to respect her game on the other side. I feel like Lupi's going to win it, though, and I want to bring up the scales, and let's check things out. I'm going to shrink myself down here. Lupi looks good. Lupi looks real good. Great shape. Ducote got the shades on. She actually looks kind of cool with those glasses. I got to say, Ducote's a cool-looking fighter. It's like I want to root for Ducote because of the glasses look. I can't describe it, man. She looks like a savage. It's a competitive fight. Ducote's coming to win. Not my betting type of fight, bro. I think that the bet here is the over. That would be the play. And it's not great value. It's a parlay piece. But looking at the over 2.5 is minus 340. I know it's not a great value, but it's probably going over, bro. It's probably going over. Ducote plus 125 dog. Lupi minus 145 favorite. I think Lupi wins a very competitive decision. So fight decision. Lupi minus 125. Fuck that. Let's see. Lupi wins by... I want to see if... Did they not have Godinez wins by unanimous decision? I'm only seeing it for Ducote. Damn. They ain't helping your boy out. Godinez wins round 3. Nah, they ain't nothing there. Bro, it's just the over 2.5. I think Godinez wins by decision, but I'm not playing that at minus 115. It's a close fight. Could end up being a split decision, so. Close women's fight. Probably going long. I think the over is where you get your money on this one. But yeah, the pick is Lupi by decision. Next fight, fun fight. Edmen Shahbazyan versus Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. I've been picking the Fluffy Hernandez side all week. I think he's going to end up getting it done by a submission here. But let's look at the scales. Let's check this out. The scales tell us everything. There is Fluffy. Looks a little fluffy, but actually more abs than I remember. He looks in good shape, man. New tats. He looks like a savage. Edmen looks pretty jacked up, man. He's got the weirdest fucking like torso, though. His ribs like come out like this. I'm just worried they're going to crack. And then there's the face. I'm like, look at that. I don't know what that is. That's something, bro. Those ribs are just interesting looking, bro. That shit's fucking wild. And then you got Anthony Hernandez looking pretty badass with the hairdo and tats. He's got a big grappling advantage. So it's striker versus grappler. It's knockout versus submission, even though Hernandez probably has a higher likelihood of winning a decision. So Shahbazyan in the first round is dangerous, but I feel like after the first 6-7 minutes of the fight, it goes Hernandez. I'm going to say Hernandez ends up locking up a submission. That's the official pick here. But he is, a fair size favorite at minus 190. It's not all that good. And then plus 165, Shahbazyan. It's crazy Shahbazyan was a huge favorite over Derek Brunson, and now he's a big dog against Anthony Hernandez. I guess that's what losses do to you. Shahbazyan's fought good comp, though. Hernandez wins by sub plus 195. What's Shahbazyan by knockout? Plus 285. Interesting. Very interesting. Shahbazyan wins by knockout in round 1. What is that line? This would be value. Plus 450. Listen, there is a chance he gets the KO in the first round. Because Fluffy, he got KO'd quick by Kevin Holland. Different stylistic matchup, though. Shahbazyan, dangerous striker, but has he made the leaps in the grappling enough so to close the gap on somebody who really is nasty as fuck with his grappling? So I'm going to pick Hernandez to win this thing. Though I don't think Shahbazyan's a bad underdog, I think Hernandez strangles him. Main event of the evening. Make sure you guys smash that like button. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. We got Mackenzie Dern versus Angela Hill. The pick here has been Mackenzie Dern throughout the week. And like how she talked about her camp going, I was like, damn, is she going to miss weight? Comes in like a professional, though. On point. We'll bring up the scales right now. But the pick has been Dern, expecting the grappling pressure and control. Also, considering the fight is in the small cage, it favors the grappler. There is Angela Hill. Looks good on the scales. I like the blonde hair. Good shape. Tough fucking contender as always. And then Mackenzie Dern looking tremendous. Holy shit. Holy shit. Mackenzie Dern, ladies and gentlemen. The question is, are they real? That's what I'm wondering. Hey, regardless of that, looking at this fight, I think Dern's grappling pressure is going to be the factor. She looks good on the scale, shredded out, ready to fucking go. On the opposite side, Angela Hill, dangerous Muay Thai striker, but I don't think she's going to succeed against Mackenzie Dern. I think Mackenzie Dern's going to do her thing. I'm picking Mackenzie Dern to win this fight, guys. I think she's getting it done. All right, looking at the odds, minus 165 for Dern, plus 145 for Angela Hill. Dern's going to win it probably later. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Dern's like an okay parlay piece. I don't really like the over because there's a chance that Dern gets sub. Dern by sub is plus 165, and then Dern by decision plus 190. Kind of feel like she's going to end up winning a grind-heavy decision, but Mackenzie Dern by sub is always live with her jiu-jitsu skill set. So the pick for the main event is Mackenzie Dern. And now we run over to best fight odds, and let's talk about a parlay. Looking at the lines for this fight, what do I want to parlay up? Well, I'm feeling pretty fucking good about Urbina. I'm going to put him on the slate. Also feel as though Borshchev got a real chance to win. Plus 218 for a Urbina Borshchev play. I don't think you're crazy for running it on that one. Looking at the over 2.5 rounds in the Godinez fight, we're now sitting at plus 315. And then if you're like, yo, I think that Mackenzie Dern wins it too, plus 550 for that play right there. It's Urbina, Borshchev, the over in the Godinez fight, and then Mackenzie Dern on your lineup. I think this is a pretty nice one. I can go crazy and add the dog lock, which, you know, is high-risk territory, but, hey, we're trying to get this plus money, bro. Plus 1431 for that one. I want to just make this the Hail Mary of Hail Marys. If this goes over, you got plus 2,900. So this is a ballsy play. This is some savagery right here. Some real savagery. Let's clean the slate, and I'll give you another one that I feel as though is probably on slightly the safer side. Slightly. All right. Natália Silva in the lineup. I know she's a disgustingly wide favorite. We're going to throw the over in the Lupi fight in with that. And then I'm also going to run it up with the Urbina side. Plus 176 for something like that. Mixing things up here. It's not that great, though. Borshchev. And Buckley, I'm just worried, man, of how jacked Fialho looks. But Buckley plus 565. Decent little plays. I want to try to snipe out a value play real quick, which is like straight dog money attack. I guess close money favorite with Gorimbo, though. So Gorimbo, run it up with Urbina. Run it up with Michael the Menace, plus 722. And then if you're like, all right, bro, give me that over. Give me that money. Plus 957. Let's see if I did this one. Yeah, plus 980 looks a lot better. Plus 980 there. Put Chase Hooper in the slate. Plus 2,000. Run it up with the over in this one. Plus 4,000. We're going fucking crazy, man. It's like degeneracy over here. These are some degenerate parlays, man. I feel like the safer side is like the loopy over. I do think Mackenzie Dern's a decent little piece, especially if you want to have something on that main event. Give you a little rush during the main. And then the Urbina close money side. That's a good play, man. I like that one a lot. Some great fights on the card, man. And I think there's some fun ways you can parlay it up. I just quickly want to bring up the one that I said just to look at it one final time here. Boom, boom. The over. Yup. And then Mackenzie Dern. Let's go right there. Boom. All right. So like almost plus 300. Urbina, the fight going distance in the Ducote fight because I didn't play the over. I'm looking at the wrong one. Plus 295. The over. And then Mackenzie Dern. Pretty good. I think it's a pretty solid play. Fun fights, man. Really good fights. If you had Natália plus 339. So, interesting ride. Listen, the fight card, as much as, people are shitting on it, it's weak. I promise you we're going to get good fights. I hope you guys enjoyed another weigh-in recap show. Make sure to smash that like button. And if you're new, subscribe. Looking forward to the dog lock with Michael Johnson. Fight Companion live for the whole thing, 4 p.m. Eastern time. Do not miss it. Let me know in the comments what you think of the picks. And definitely let me know your guys' favorite dogs on the card. And also your lock of the week, too. If you got nothing to say in those comments, as always, drop a W in the chat to boost the algorithm for your boy. I appreciate everybody for the continued support. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace, everyone.